Hello and welcome to another video of me sounding like a lunatic, as I like to say. So today I'm going to step outside of the norm and do some tea leaf readings. I'm going to do a reading for every sign, and I'm just going to hop right into it because this is going to be a nice long one. Your girl's going to go in. We're going to go in nice and deep, nice and in deep depth. I'm sorry. Okay, so I'm just gonna go get started. I'm gonna start with the earth signs. We're gonna go by elements, I guess. And Taurus, Virgo, Caps. Those are the signs that I'm looking at. Taurus, Virgo, Caps. We'll start with Taurus because Taurus is rolling off the tongue nice and habitually there. Okay. I feel like I should do something like something, you know, why not? I mean, like, maybe that'll actually do it. I'm just kidding. I normally don't do stuff like that, so don't actually take anything that I say or do seriously. But definitely, like, if you ever feel, just feel the energy. Feel the energy. And that's what I'm doing. I felt that. I felt like these cups needed a little bit of, Okay. So Taurus. What does Taurus need to know? Things are going pretty slow for you right now. You really feel like you're stuck on this, like, vehicle that's only going, like, I'm just picturing iCarly. Like, I don't know if you remember that scene in iCarly where she has this, like, eco project, and there's, like, ladies walking quicker than her scooter is electronically going, and it's like that's kind of what you feel like. You feel like you, as much as you want to, like, go fast and shit, you're just kind of stuck on this thing that's only going so slow. And you're definitely in control. It's one of those, like, things are definitely, like, playing to your favor right now type of energy. And it's because of yourself. Like, you've been manifesting, you've been putting in the work, doing what you have to do to make sure that things are going as well as they're going. But you just still feel like there's this lack of momentum in your life. Like, as much as things are slowly getting somewhere, it really kind of, because it's taking so long, and you're just in this kind of limbo period in between, the end goal, you're just kind of like feeling like things aren't really going anywhere. Spirit is showing me that it's almost like you're looking up to lightheartedness. Like, you see people that are like, it's like watching a child, like watching a toddler run around and have all this energy, and you're just like, man, why can't I have all of that energy? Why can't I have all that lightheartedness? And Spirit is saying, like, you're feeling very kind of like you just feel like you're carrying the weight of so many things. And if you just look up to those children, look up to like lighthearted things, like look to the energies of people who just like are cutting loose and like doing some fun shit, and like Spirit really wants you to do some inner child work is really the point here. Like you're feeling very bogged down and heavy with life in general, which is such a Taurus thing. Like we're very lazy signs, and maybe that's what's going on. You just feel like you can't really have all this energy because you're so bogged down by like this feeling of like having too much on your shoulders, having too much to deal with, whether that's emotionally, whether that's physically, like you have a lot of homework, you have a lot of chores that are just kind of piling up, you're just feeling the weight of all these things that you have to do that might just, you know, but it may feel heavy now, but once you really deeply embody that inner child energy, like just not giving a fuck, you know, don't feel so pulled down by the things that you have to do and deal with in your day-to-day life. Instead, look at it with the eyes of a child. Look at it like, how can I make this fun? How can I make this work? How can I make this give me a lot of energy and not make me feel so weighed down by its presence? You know, give yourself, it's just almost like the energy of making a game out of day-to-day tasks in your life. Like really embody that. Make everything like a game, everything like a challenge that comes your way, and just take it like that. Take it with the eyes of like adventure and excitement, you know. Don't look at things as so blunt and mundane. You know, life doesn't have to be so mundane. It's only as mundane as you allow it to be. Take it from me. I think. Anything else? Yeah. Spirit wants you to really focus on the sensual aspects of life. Your sense of smell, your hearing, you know, like music, feeling, touch, you know. Remember, especially as a Taurus, we are very sensual people. We like to be pleased in our senses. And maybe if you embodied more of that type of some way that you can stimulate any of your senses in what you do. If it's cleaning, you feel like you have a lot of cleaning to do. Get some really nice, good quality. Invest more of your money into and your time into like nice cleaning products and like fancy cleaning products that make you feel like, you know, it's nice, it's expensive, it feels good, you know. I'm just going to let my Taurus out. Like, nothing hits as hard as a new, expensive sponge. Oh my God. Asthma, Pornhub, all of that shit for me, honestly. If I could have a Pornhub video of just somebody squeezing out a brand new sponge. Oh, yes. God, I got too excited. But you feel me? Find ways to enjoy those mundane things. If it's schoolwork that, you know, is really getting too much, too stressful, get yourself a cute ass notebook. Get yourself a very, very like made for you. I don't want to say like pumpkin spice because you may not be one of those types of peoples, or I don't want to say like evergreen or like incense even. Maybe you don't even fuck with candles and you do the incense thing and the essential oil thing, you know? Find some way to stimulate your senses and you will enjoy things so much more. Have something that smells pleasant and cozy and comfortable. Have a nice, cozy, warm blanket while you do your homework. Throw on some Bach. Like, honestly, having some sort of music without words, without fucking words, mind you that, while you do what you do is so meditative. Like, nothing hits me harder than throwing on some, like, Chopin, whoever the fuck. It's the classical shit. And just doing the dishes. I have so, like, not having all those words to distract you, you'll just metaphysically, like, fall asleep. And, it won't be so heavy. It'll be like, you know what, this just, like, refreshed me. This just, like, brought me back up. You feel me? It'll really make you not feel so weighed down, but more cleansed by those things that were supposed to stress you out, Not everything has to be so stressful, Not everything has to be so, like, heavy, All you gotta do is take the weight off your heart, and the weight will come off of your life, too, You'll be free floating through everything you have to do, and you'll feel so good. You'll feel so free. Period. I think that's enough for my Taurus babies. Okay, who is next? We'll do caps because I said so. I don't know. All right. Maybe if we, like, sing some Cher to the tea leaves, they'll do their thing. Oh, no. Oh, caps. Oh, my cappity caps. You guys feel stuck in the fucking mud. You guys just feel like, I don't want to say depressed, but it's like the energy of depression. There's something, what is going on? Okay, octopus spirit is very present. I just would like to say that. An octopus usually speaks of something that has its claws on us. And also, coming out of this octopus is a claw. So, I'm just going to say it because I didn't want to say it because it sounds awful, but it's definitely the energy of addictions. And that may not manifest in what you think. If you're not a drug addict and you're just like, over here like, excuse me, bitch. It's not always that. Maybe, there's just something, whether it is a person, whether it is a substance, whether it is an emotion or a mental habit, a way of life, maybe some form of food, maybe alcohol, maybe you're just drinking too much, but there's something that has its claws in you. And it's the energy of not being in control. There's something in control of you. You need to do some serious soul searching. And if it's as obvious as it is, in the tea leaves, I think you don't have to really meditate on that. You know what I'm talking about. Whatever it is, there's something that just...
I'll get in the shower.
Okay. It is in control of you. And that is a problem. That is why you feel so depressed all the time. Because you're not in control of your mind, your body, or your spirit. There is something else. Just, I wouldn't even say pulling you down. It's like you're sunk. You're just sunk. You feel like you're at rock bottom. And I'm here to say you're not. Spirit wants you to know that you are nowhere near rock bottom. Things are actually in your life going a lot better than they should, in a sense. Like, you've been very lucky, and Spirit wants you to acknowledge that. And Spirit is acknowledging to me that you know exactly what I mean when I say that. Like, you've had some pretty miraculous things go down. Some moments of like, oh my God, how did that not end up worse than it is? You know, you've been very blessed in that sense. But at the same time, you're really unable to feel alive at all because you're so controlled by this outward influence. I don't want to say anything specific because this is a grand group of people, but again, you know what I'm talking about when I say that thing. And okay, I asked Spirit what you need to do, like help me figure out what this person needs to get over to regain control of themselves, to kind of capture the reins on their souls. You know, you guys are, you know, it's like having a horse. You know, you are not, it's like you're the horse and somebody's cracking the reins, but you need to be the ones cracking the reins on your own horse. You need to be the one in control of your vessel. You can't have something else influencing you, another person, like taking control of your mind and body like that. And Spirit wants you to know that creative expression is what you need. Your soul is like stuck in this mud, and it's like being, envision like a bird that is just in a little puddle of like mud. You know, it's just flopping around, schlooping around in this mud, and it's not flying. And think about that spirit. That's your spirit. Your spirit right now is a bird that is like just covered in muck and shit. And this sounds so like vicious, but I'm saying this out of love. I promise you that. And think about how beautiful the spirit of a bird is, that untamable spirit, that, you know, that perspective that they have from the sky, that untamable freedom and like lightheartedness for life. You need that in your life, and creativity is going to bring that. Music, writing, singing, anything, painting, anything that sparks that. Even, I don't want to say that because I know caps and they'll take that too far. I'm not going to say it. But, you know, anything that really releases your creativity. Anything that makes you feel like you can express yourself. Dance. If it's a group scenario, I'm really picturing that, like, if not in your own life, you need to join a group, like almost like a team that does something creative. Like, y'all probably aren't gonna like vibe with this, maybe you will, but like joining a book club instead of just reading at home, it's that type of energy. Like, if you want to dance but you've never had like a history of dancing, find some sort of dance class that's for beginners that, you know, you don't have to be good at. You don't have to, I mean, maybe you are good at it, but just do it, you know. Having somewhere to go and something to do that lets you express, let your spirit run free, whether it's even just getting a vocal coach and having them teach you songs, having something to sing every week, doing something like that. Anything that can help you express yourself creatively, whether it's cooking. See, that's what sister over here likes to do. I love to cook, and I love to have people over and like cook for them whenever I feel down, you know. You need some form of expression. And that's really going to help you regain control of yourself. You'll discover a lot more about yourself. And you'll just reconnect with yourself. And I think that's enough. Because that one was hard. But I also want you to know whale spirit came through. And whale spirit is the spirit of creativity, but also size and flexibility. Whales are just like, when you look at a whale, it just like puts a pit in your stomach. You're like, that's a big motherfucker, you know? And it's that type of energy. You know, people look at you and they're almost like taken back by the majesty and the power of your spirit. And that's something that's deep inside of you that has not been tapped into since you've let this thing hold you back, this outward thing. And I'm here to say, like, if you want to regain that energy, that effect that you have on people, you have to cut this shit out. You have to regain control of your mind, body, spirit. Cut out whatever is controlling you right now. I don't want to get too specific. You have this soul that is so majestic. Like, you cannot let. Period. Okay? And the flexibility of this spirit, like, they always come up for air, you know? It's like coming up for air. You know, you've been so stuck in this mud. You need to, like, kind of pick yourself up. Be the one to pick yourself back up. And smell the air. Just come up for some air. Just like the whale, it's in you. Whales are not, like, trained on how to come up for air and breathe. It's habitual, you know. And that's what you need to embody is, you know, life. You need to just come up for air. Come up and live life sometimes. Soak in it. Feel it. Feel the day-to-day life that you're living. Really embody that. Embody the fact that you are alive. That you are so blessed. Okay. Next. Taurus, Cap, Virgo. Virgo is my other earth sign. Okay. What's going on? What's going on, Virgo? What's it all about, Virgo? Whoever gets that is my favorite person. Gotta do the twerking. We gotta wake those spirits. We gotta wake those spirits. I'm done. Oh my God. I'm just hoping to God my dad wasn't, like, by some chance in the kitchen and saw that through the window. That would not be so fun. Okay, so definitely Spirit is drawing me to ideas of curating. I say curating in a sense of like, it's like using your hands to create something. You're not just manifesting, you're not just sending vibrations, you are putting through the touch, you know, some manual physical creation. Whether that is art, whether that is, you know, cooking, whether, you know, it's just, there's something that you've been putting all of your time into. You're whittling away the edges so that it's like perfect. You're really just, yeah. And you're just doing the finishing touches, you know. Spirit wants you to know that you are very close to being really where you've always dreamed of, where you've always envisioned yourself. And I even just saw this really powerful phoenix energy, which is just rising from the ashes. And I think that's why, you know, that is why you're so close. You know, you've fallen pretty hard. You've taken an L that was considered like death. Like, it put you through some serious life changes and some serious setbacks. And you've more than come out of those. I would say a lot more than just getting over those scenarios. You've really persevered and succeeded. And you're just really putting just those finishing touches on your future, on your goals, and on your desires, you know? And I'm thinking more of like, maybe you're just like, you know how I said hand energy is being very present. And I think whatever you're doing, the gratitude for where you've been is manifesting through your hands. Maybe if you've finally like found your dream place, it's like putting all of your time and energy into decorating it. It's like if you're on a educational journey, you're putting all of your passion into your writing, and you're just using your hands to display all of this gratitude for where you are. You're not just taking them for granted, you know. Hand energy is very, very much taken for granted. People don't realize, you know, opposable thumbs, like if you really think about how much people like take for granted the fact that they have a fucking opposable thumb, like I'm sure people don't even think about that shit. But like you've been, without even like really thinking about it, you've just been using your body for a lot of fulfillment in your life, using it to just express yourself and your love and your gratitude for where you are. So it's a beautiful energy. And Spirit wants you to know that like this, your spirit has been going through a very profound transformation. Like you are just really changing as a person, and you've been feeling it, and you've just been really falling in love with the self that you're coming into. Really falling in love with who you're becoming and growing into from all those setbacks. It's a very beautiful energy. Yeah. There's a medicine worker energy. So basically, Spirit wants you to know that there are, you got some guides on your side. There are some medicine workers, which is like basically Native American healers, that are walking with you and guiding you through all of these changes. You're not one to really look for advice or consolidation from others. You really look for it in yourself. So after all of these things happen in your life that kind of brought that energy of death, you didn't really turn to anyone. You just figured everything out for yourself. I mean that more mentally. Like all of the effects, like the way that things affected you mentally was very negative. And you've had these medicine workers with you, feeding these thoughts and these signs in the world and these scenarios in your reality to really deeply show you that you are supported by them and that they are with you. Like when you overcome setbacks, you know, there are spirits that will kind of follow you and latch onto you, and they'll vibe with you for the reason that you've experienced something similar to what they experienced in their walking life. And whatever you experienced, it really attracted a lot of healers to you. It's a beautiful energy. So it's almost like a perfect victory in your life. And you're getting there. You're definitely not there yet. But you know that you're going to be there. Because you're so close that you can taste it. You're just doing the finishing touches, baby. And just remember that. It's just the finishing touches. You're still getting there. Or you still will get there. There's just some things you gotta deal with, take care of first, you know. It's always like that. Things...
You on the phone there?
No.
I've got some cornmeal in here. If you feel like cooking, you make cornbread.
I'm making a video.
Okay, I won't interrupt then. Just let me know. We need to open up the garbage can and get rid of these.
I'm gonna have to cut that out, so I might as well move on to the next thing.